Queen Elizabeth II has died aged 96. She was the longest living and longest reigning British monarch, and whatever people's views about the monarchy, it's hard to argue with Queen Elizabeth's devotion to her realm over 66 years. Princess Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor was born on the 21st of April 1926 to the then Duke and Duchess of York. Elizabeth and her younger sister Margaret spent their early childhood in a large house in London. They didn't go to school like other children, but were taught at home by a governess. Here, her lifelong love for dogs and horses began. But this carefree life ended in 1936 when Elizabeth's father unexpectedly became king. Elizabeth was now next in line to the throne. During the war years, she remained in England with the King and Queen, who famously refused to evacuate the princesses. At 18, she joined the war effort, training as a mechanic and military truck driver. Meanwhile, her romance with Philip Mountbatten, Prince of Greece and Denmark, continued to blossom. The second cousins, once removed, began corresponding when she was 13. They married in a lavish ceremony on November 20th, 1947, at Westminster Abbey. Philip was made Duke of Edinburgh that morning. At 25, Elizabeth ascended the throne following the death of her father, George VI, on February 6, 1952. She returned to Westminster Abbey on the 2nd of June the following year for her coronation. The coronation was the first to be televised in full, despite considerable debate within the British cabinet. Elizabeth famously refused advice against the idea, insisting the event take place in front of cameras to be broadcast around the world. Later that year, she and Prince Philip arrived in Auckland aboard the Gothic to begin a nearly 6-week tour of New Zealand. Thousands greeted her, with many camping out on Queen Street the night before she arrived to get a glimpse of the royal couple.
It's the first time in history that a reigning monarch has visited these shores.
It's estimated that 3 in 4 New Zealanders ended up seeing the Queen after she visited 46 towns or cities and attended 110 events. She returned to our shores another 9 times over the years, and not surprisingly, tributes have been pouring in from here in New Zealand as well as from around the world. Queen Elizabeth was the most well-travelled British monarch, visiting 116 countries during her reign, and she saw a total of 14 Prime Ministers elected. Queen Elizabeth was married to Prince Philip for 73 years before his death last year on April 9th, aged 99. Together they share 4 children, 8 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.